Well, it's ironic that Land Rover's Defender isn't sold in the U.S. these days because it doesn't meet U.S. crash standards. Kind of strange for a vehicle that's always been so tough and rugged. It's like a little vault on wheels. They're ready to bring it back. This is one of the DC 100 concepts. The idea here is to bring this forward in two different ways. One's kind of sporty, cabriolet-like, the other one more traditional Defender like this. Among the high-tech features, I'm looking at one right here, supposedly self-cleaning paint. I want to see that work after you go through a big old muddy gully full of rocks, right? Now, technologies in the front of the car that look forward are interesting. They have two things. One's called Terrain Eye. Get it? Terrain Eye. It's a scanning technology that builds a 3D virtual map of what the terrain is in front of you, and the car can say, you know what, you're coming up on a lump or a gully that I can't deal with. Why don't you go this way or that way? And there's one called Wade Aid, a technology that will figure out how deep the water is you think you're about to ford without conking the car and tell you if you can actually do that. They say the car can get through 750 millimeters of depth. That's what? That's about 6.5 long cigarettes, whatever that comes out to. What is that, about a yard? Here's one right out of 007. There's apparently a button inside the car that they envision as extending the spikes on the tires. I mean, they're not spikes to kill people, but just to get some grip. Inside, all kinds of interesting technology. Check out this pop-up display. We've seen this in cars, even in production right now. But if this goes into production, this would actually snap out. It's like a tablet you'd carry with you to do navigation on foot to continue your journey after you run into something you can't drive over anymore. 8-speed automatic transmission right here, part of an efficiency message. I don't want to put any big old horsey V8s or even V6s in these cars anymore. They're talking about 2-liter hybrid motors or even plug-in hybrids. And the driveline on this vehicle would physically disconnect when you're not using all-wheel drive to further cut losses. No place to put a key on this car that I see, and even if it went into production there wouldn't be, because they envision an Rfid Adventure Key, which would obviously be a lot better to have in your pocket when you're out in the mud and the wet than one of those actual physical electronic keys. Now, this is a vision for maybe 2015. It's not going to be in your Land Rover showroom anytime soon, but it does bring back the Defender brand, which they'd love to have on the showroom floor in the U.S. as well as around the world.